GM, February 19th, 2025. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, crypto, see where we are at. As I've been saying for the last week or so, I've been watching for a test of the 100 period moving average and a sweep of the liquidity that we set here on February 12th, right in here. We did sweep that liquidity. We did touch the 100 period moving average, and we are beginning to bounce up. Just as I was looking for. Bands are bearish. The market structure is still bearish. The ribbon is bullish. And the 100 period moving average is being defended so far. We shall see if that holds. Next level for the bulls is to reclaim the bands, have them flip back to bullish again, reclaim the trend line, market structure, and we can head up towards the highs. That is some work to do in this area here before the bulls can make a run back for the highs. We're still stuck in between the two green boxes. This is our several month-long range that we are in. And we shall see what the future holds. This here may have been a good entry point as a run back up towards the highs, as I had mentioned before. An entry here, stop below that liquidity there, and run up towards the highs. Nice 4 and change to 1 risk reward. We shall see. We shall see. Going down to the 4 hour here on Bitcoin. Our market structure on Bitcoin is bearish. Our interim market structure is also bearish. The ribbon is bearish and the bands are bearish. However, as of the last several hours, Bitcoin is trying to flip the bands back to bullish. In order for us to make a move higher, those need to flip. So what tends to happen is it doesn't come down and then flip back to bullish and away we go. It tends to start chopping. We have bullish bands here. We have bullish bands here. So it goes bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Eventually, it should go bullish and hold, make a higher low, and away we go. So that very well may be what happens. A run up as we come into the bands in here. And keep an eye out for that. A higher low is a good place to get long if you're a bull. And that could be the beginning of the trend reversing. We shall see, but for now, the 4 hour is still looking bearish. Take a look at Ethereum here. Ethereum rejected off of 2800 level 2 days ago. Nice short opportunity for short-term traders down in there. But as everything follows Bitcoin, it did have a reversal back up on the shorter term. The structure is bullish. The bands are wide and bearish, and the ribbon is currently neutral. On the daily, it is looking like the ribbon will flip to the bearish side. Ethereum overall is not looking good unless it can reclaim this 2800 level. That's the very first level it needs to reclaim. After it can get there, then the trend line is next. We can start making our way up towards these previous levels of support and now resistance above. Looking at the 4 hour on Ethereum, we have bearish ribbon. We have bullish bands. They're just starting to flip bullish right in there. And our overall structure is bearish as well. Interim structure is bearish. You can see how it keeps fighting for the 2800 level, although we are making higher low, higher low, higher low after sweeping this previous level here. still does make a higher low. So we have a little bit of signs of life coming in for Ethereum here. Not interested unless we're above 2,800. If you look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin here, finally flipped to bullish market structure on the daily. Still fighting with these bands. Overall, daily ribbon is down. Looking even longer term, it's down versus Bitcoin. There's no point in owning Ethereum long term instead of Bitcoin unless a lot of this stuff starts to change. It is a straight up downtrend. It looks like it's trying to find some footing in this area here. We shall see. That's a major level that has to break right there at the 2890. But yeah, right now, Ethereum is for trading, not for holding. Solana had a big breakdown of this major level that was set back in mid 2024. It's had some rejections off of it. Bulls have held control until the last several days where we lost. Came down into this block here, set in in November, right before Trump won the election. And yeah, that's it. Man, Solana's got some work to do as well. The daily ribbon is bullish. That is the longer term trend indicator. It's still bullish, but it's all start to curve down. I don't see that holding. I see that flipping to the very best neutral in the next several days. The ribbon is bearish. Rather, the bands are bearish, and price is actually quite far away from them. So we could have a run back up into the bands, into this previous level of support and resistance here back in the daily, the one that it just lost, trying to reclaim the yellow trend line. We'll see if this was a false breakdown and we can get back above here, and then the bands can start to turn around on us. But until that happens, Solana got pretty hurt over the last several days. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, you can see here that Solana is reclaiming right there with this last close. Our market structure is bullish now on the 4-hour time frame for Solana, but the bands are wide and we're touching the bands. So it generally doesn't just snap right through the bands. Generally, when it goes through the bands, they are thin bands. Wide bands here, can't break through, rejects. Bands start to flip back and forth. That's when it has a chance. But for the 4-hour time frame here, it needs a little bit more time. These bands need to come down and get thin with each other before I can expect a run up above to test that trend line. So it looks like Solana, even on the 4-hour, the market structure is bullish, but it has some work to do before we can go Solana versus Bitcoin, breaking down out of this channel. Again, depends on if Solana can have some strong days to reclaim this level, or else we are in trouble of losing this level here. That is the 200-week moving average on Solana versus Bitcoin, right where price touched. That may be a good area. 200 is usually a strong support and resistance. This is the 200-week. Higher time frames matter more. So that is pretty much the last line in the sand here for Solana versus Bitcoin. Overall, market analysis here. We are still stuck in our range, sideways. We are in the middle. Bullish overall. There's not the setup for a bear market start currently. If you're a longer term trader, I mean, I guess you could DCA, but if you're actually looking to actively trade at the extremes, here was your entry here, right there. Don't diddle in the middle. Time frame is lower for the active traders. And that's it. GM, GM, GM.